Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. It is Friday. Happy Friday, and we've got the comic books came to life today for this episode. I'm joined by, well, you guys know them. I'm joined by a hero and a anti-hero. Anti-hero, is that a correct way to put it? Yeah, a little bit, right?
Yeah,
A little Wade Wilson for you in the morning time. I'm joined by Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and also joined by Deadpool. And these two friends of mine are part of a collective in the Chicagoland area known as the Chicago Super Crew.
Correct.
The Chicago Super Crew, like I said, is a cosplaying collective group of friends who go around the Chicagoland area and entertain for kids with health reasons, dire straits, and many other things. How you guys feeling today?
Feeling great.
All right, very cool. So the last time that I saw Spider-Man was at the We Do It for the Kids event, which was great, and it was the Christmas drive, toy drive, which was really good.
That was a blast.
It was, absolutely. So let the people know who you guys are, and we'll start with you, Spidey.
Wait, do I give my real name?
Give your real name.
I am Marlo G.
Yep. Okay.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, I cosplay as Spider-Man. You probably have seen me at different community events around Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also part of the House of Trade.
Okay. Very cool. Deadpool, tell us about you.
So my name is Elias Escalera. A lot of people call me Eli. I love doing the cosplaying because it brings out the enjoyment on kids. I mean, I see them, and every time they stop me, especially when we do events, cosplayers like C2E2 and vice versa, every time the kids stop me and they see Deadpool, Batman, and any characters that there's out there, not only me, it's like it brings joyful to me and joyful to them because they get to see heroes and they are able to take pictures of them, and that's one of the things that I liked about this.
Yeah, you mentioned C2E2, and I'm glad you brought that up. So when I used to live in San Diego, I actually attended a Comic-Con after like reading about it in Wizard magazine. For those comic book folks out there, I don't know if y'all know that Wizard magazine for years. And when you see, like you said, when you see the real characters in the flesh, the costumes are impressive. It's a really good feeling. Really good feeling. Yep.
Like when I see kids like, screaming like, oh my God, it's Spider-Man at like different vendor fairs, I kind of feel like a rock star. And
it's a good feeling. No, I'm sure it is. You're providing a service for these young kids.
Which is ironic because like 15 years ago, that was actually my dream to be a rock star, and now I kind of get to live that.
Well, life has a funny way of doing that.
Correct.
So do you play Spider-Man or any other characters, and yourself, do you play other characters too?
I do. I play Batman, two types of Batman. I play Red Hood. As you can see, Deadpool. I'm creating other suits. Like, I'm pretty much going to be working on the Iron Man suit as well.
Ooh.
At the moment,
Iron
I'm finishing
Man?
up the Deadpool Iron Man suit. So
Okay.
He's actually working on.
Come a little close to the mic.
He's actually working on a Robin cosplay for me because I'm going to be portraying Robin when he's Batman.
Okay.
Because we had that dynamic
correct.
of
Duo.
Yes.
See, come on. I'm a comic book reader. Always was. Good morning to you. If you're just joining us, I want to say hi to Daniel Calderon, my man, Tracy Duran. Good morning to you, Yadira Hobbs.
What's up, Danny?
And Johnny Fonseca. You know Daniel Calderon?
No, you just mentioned.
Oh, I was about to say, like, we got a lot of homies. Leave me hanging, Spidey. All right. So what are when it comes to the Super Crew, and I know there's another gentleman,
Angel.
Right. How does one join the group? Are you guys all friends from back in the day, or did you guys meet each other when you're doing your cosplay activities? How did you guys come together?
Well, Angel and I knew each other through a mutual friend of ours who passed away, which we had that interview before.
Absolutely.
I met you at a. It was like
It was a DC convention. We were at a Bruce Wayne Manor type of house.
Okay.
And it was a library actually down around the south side of Chicago.
Okay.
And I crashed the party.
He crashed it as Spider-Man when it was all nothing but DC. So when I saw him, I'm like,
I'm feeling
he's
that.
not DC. I don't remember
But it
him
was
being
still
DC,
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
It was great. But that's how we first met. We didn't actually talk to each other that day.
Right.
We actually saw each other at C2E2.
Okay.
Well, on that same year. And I remember him like, hey, don't I know you? And we started talking and we got into it, more and more talking together. We got our numbers. We started like communicating more.
Okay.
He was telling me about, all these cosplay that he does at parties. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go help you out,
And then I met XR at the same convention and we traded numbers and actually, it was really Mary Foltz who got us all together at the same time.
Shout out Mary Foltz.
She was doing a vendor fair.
Mm-hmm.
Was it June?
I think it was down here in downtown Aurora. Yes, it was.
So
That's right. I remember.
We all met up and something just the chemistry was great.
Right.
And we've even outside of costume, we're all friends in real life too. So that really helps.
Good.
Yeah, it's one of the things about this is it's just nothing but friendship.
Right.
In order to join, there is no expectations. It's like you want to go out there and have fun. Always contact us. I mean, we are more than happy to receive anyone that loves to create and just show them that that everybody has a kid themselves inside themselves.
Right.
I'm always welcome to help on creating something for them if I can, and everything costs money, but for me, to tell you the truth, it's not about the money. It's about the happiness, the experience with these people, everyone, to have fun.
Wow, you're totally different in real life than in the movie. I'll say that, man.
He's a real one. He
is a real one. He is a real one. Yadira Hobbs is here. Good morning, Yadira. She says, good morning, Aurora. Absolutely love the Spider-Man at We Do It for the Kids toy giveaway. The vibes bomb. Absolutely. Y'all did a good job. You guys did a good job out there. Yeah, it was awesome.
It was lit.
Heather Rainey, good morning to you.
It was freezing, but
yeah, it was super cold. So what are the upcoming events that you guys are going to be at? Where they even if they're not here in Aurora, where are you guys going to be coming soon?
I know that XR Clay and we have an event going on at Yorktown Mall for the Wilkes family, but that's like a private party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not sure of anything at the top of my head. Eli, you want to?
So the big events that we're going to be ended up doing is basically more like C2E2, Fan Expo. Those are the big ones that we always like joining. That's where we meet new people.
Okay.
And maybe grow the crew more bigger than just four of us. And we do have more people in the crew. It's just they're not with us because their job always takes time.
Yeah,
and so
we have day jobs too.
Yeah,
correct.
In my case, night job.
So for us, it's just basically we make time for ourselves to hang out and also bond, but also get ready for events. So C2E2, anime, Fan
Expo,
Fan Expo, Romeo Con,
DuPage DuPage County.
There's a DuPage County Comic Con, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's one not in Aurora, in
you mentioned
Indiana.
Romeoville? Oh, in Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That I'm going to be attending to.
Very cool.
Some of us don't attend all of them together, but I like expressing more of my suits so I could get used to it.
Right.
The first time I ever came here to the first Friday here at the plaza, I felt weird. It was out of character for me because I really didn't. I was always a self person where dressing up was more like for Halloween. Even when I first experienced C2E2 and I saw people dressed up, I didn't laugh at them. I was like, wow, these guys look amazing.
They do body paint in addition to a whole lot of things. They really do take it seriously.
Yes. Yeah. And when I went there the first time to this first Friday, I was amazed. I was happy I did it. And, like I said, we kept doing it again over and over and again. And then I was happy to come here. Just the expression of these kids, their smile, and it was just happy. I was great. Yeah. It was a great time.
Yeah, especially for kids who can't afford to go to Disney World or any theme park, we bring the magic to them.
And I want to, so we're going to stay with that because, it's 9:12 is the time. This is something, and we talked about this before the cameras came on. I think that's something that people do take for granted. Disneyland is fun.
It is.
It's a great experience.
I've been twice.
It's the most magical place on earth. But when you're a kid, you don't realize how much Disneyland costs.
Correct.
Right.
And yeah, your parents want to take you out, give you a nice time, but not every parent has the money for the season pass and to go to Disneyland. So what then? So I do appreciate like what you guys do because that type of, a kid would still be happy.
Oh yeah.
To get Spider-Man to come to his house.
Correct.
In his backyard. And that's a little bit more bragging than
I've done
Disney.
that many times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like how I got my start was I was working with a kids character company called Happy Kids Chicago. Shout out to them.
Okay.
And
Happy Kids.
I started working for them in 2020. So that's how I started working with performing for kids. And plus, I'm a musical theater kid, so that kind of goes hand in hand.
Okay. Very cool. 9:13 is the time. Good morning to you all. If you are just joining us, we're here with the Chicago Super Crew, Deadpool, and Spider-Man. So the weather's going to be getting warm. Hopefully,
yes.
I'm thinking like spring. I'm going a couple months ahead though. I was thinking like spring.
Right
yeah, I know. Y'all out here in leotards, bruh. Like.
Oh, I'm not cold at all. I mean, I love.
Yeah, I have thermals underneath this.
Okay. But when the weather does get better and get warmer, like what you guys is most favored or busiest season? Because not everywhere has a conference all the time. So is it like the summer times that kicks it off for you?
Summer or fall for me.
Okay.
I have no preference.
Okay.
I love it all regardless, especially in winter or like in fall because you don't sweat a lot, especially.
Yeah.
Depending on the suit that you wear, it's how you're gonna feel. Like when I wear the Batman suit, the mask itself is nice and cool and breeze because it's air going into your face.
He got the nose open right here.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
But with like these kind of masks, like this one, the Red Hood, basically all my portraits are with the mask are Red Hood. Those are basically all sealed up, and depending on how thick the material is, it what creates the heat more into your face and stuff like that. Body wise, the Batman suit does have limitations, but as long as your body doesn't like generate too much heat, I feel great.
Okay.
And especially like I said, in the fall, it's awesome. But any dates for me, it's awesome.
And where can they find you guys? Where can they find you guys on social media?
Instagram.
Where at on Instagram?
Me specifically, Marlo_G100.
For me, it's basically Gotham. Is it Gotham? No, Red Hood for Gotham.
Red Hood
IG.
for Gotham. Okay.
I think it's Red Hood to Gotham.
Red Hood to Gotham. Yeah.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
not really an experienced guy when it comes to social media.
Yeah.
Red Hood to Gotham.
There's a question. Well, I did have a question about that. I think that what we should do is do some social media with you guys. So I actually had some ideas when it gets a little bit warmer. So, we'll stay in touch. We already know each other, but we'll stay in touch. And do you live in the area?
I actually live in Evanston.
In Evanston?
Yeah.
Okay. Who knew Deadpool lived in Evanston? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Try making that drive over there from here.
Everywhere.
Luz, Elena, Brambilla Guerrero, good morning to you. And Sarah Ayala, good morning to you as well. The time is 9:16. So I'm curious. In the places that you guys have been, the families that you've worked with and things like that, what are some, without giving away the person, what are some moments where like you saw the difference that you made? Like what are those moments where like the kid was upset and then you came in, or what are some of the most memorable experiences playing your characters in the time that you've been doing this? Like what are the, you know what I'm saying? Like when you take the mask off and it's time to, 6 p.m., time to hop in the shower, what's the one where you're like, man, this was the one today. This is why I put this suit on. This is why I do this.
So I believe it was a year ago at C2E2 where I was walking with my Batman suit and the mom was having problems, not problems, but you know how little kids are where, you know, they're fussed out or they're tired and, you know, the parents are walking in. He was on a stroller. And I remember that when I was walking, he started like fussing, you know, crying a little bit. And mom was trying to calm him down, give him his toy and everything. He didn't want it. Got close to him and I pretty much started like playing with him. He stopped automatically, looked at me, and I'm like, you know, anything automatically started saying, "It's Batman, it's Batman." And his mom started laughing, like, "Yes, it's Batman." Started playing with him a little bit. We were talking. I actually gave him one of my little tools, like, if you ever feel that you need to have fun, here's a little tube, you know, remembering from Batman and stuff like that. He was so happy. Maybe not even 15 minutes ago, after that, they came to look for me because her son actually had a Batman suit that he ended up dressing up as. And they came to look for me just to show me that he had his Batman suit, his mask, everything. And when he came over, I was with my son. He was waiting for, he was going to play a little game. And the kid started like pulling my cape, and I turned around and I'm like, and I gave him like a big, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're Batman for real."
Yeah.
Like, the kid was so happy. So
you gave it back to him.
Oh
right?
yes.
Yeah,
I mean, he was like
that.
happy. His mom was so ecstatic, and you know, his mom came to me and told me, like, "Thank you very much. You have no idea." It's like he loves Batman, and after he saw you, he said he wants to wear his Batman suit.
Good.
And it just made me feel like really good. And when I went home, that made me more encouraging to dress up for these kids, have fun, and, you know, bring a smile to them.
That's what's up.
Yes,
That's what's
thank
up. My man, Deadpool. That's good, man. That's good. Marlon?
Oh my gosh. It was actually you know how you guys had that Luminara
Yes.
light festival? Yes. So the Aurora LGBTQ Advisory Board was hosting one of those nights. And they had me as a special guest dancing on that Sonic Railway.
Yeah. Yep.
And like these like there were a lot of these kids that were coming to the events. Like this one mom brought her kid for that specific event because the advisory board was promoting me as part of their takeover night. And for me, as someone being part of the LGBTQ community, growing up, I didn't have a superhero telling me it's okay to be who I am.
Right.
So, you know, when I'm wearing this costume, and I don't speak for the rest of the crew. I'm speaking for myself. Like, you know, if one of those kids that, you know, I helped entertain or whatever, if they ever come out or whatever, I want them to know that someone is rooting for them. So, for me personally, like when I put this costume on, like, I want to, like, when I wear this, like, I want to make an impact and let, you know, any young individual know that, you know, don't be afraid to show who you are, because you're loved, and Spider-Man's always rooting for you, and Spider-Man always sticks up for, you know, people who are oppressed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If there ever was a character who got your back, no matter who you are, it is Spider-Man.
Exactly.
You know, 9:21 is the time. There's a thing too, though, because I'm a comic book reader, and for any other comic book reader out there, we will stick with this just real quick. You know, in the comic book world, they were always giving us little nudges of being different, right? Like, because I was an X-Men fan. The whole thing with X-Men was that, you know, Professor X, you know, he He knows what it's like to be different. He's in a wheelchair. He's disabled. But now you got Beast. He's big, blue, and furry. Cyclops only got the laser with the eyes. So all these people are being looked at by society as being different.
Yeah.
Who are
Heck,
they?
Peter Parker was bullied.
Exactly.
Like, in school.
He was always bullied. J. Jonah Jameson didn't even treat him right. So there is comic books do tell that there is a perceived difference. So when you do things to work out of that, it is meaningful, man. It is.
Exactly.
It does mean a lot. Even if the win is only in here, it's still a win.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? 9:23 is the time. But you and I actually know each other. We know each other.
Yes.
We go back way far. We go back a couple years now.
2021 was the first interview I was.
Real quick, Jonathan Ojeda Castellanos, good morning to you. And Tracy Duran is here. Tracy Duran says, the Aurora Public Library has events that revolve around comic book characters.
We were actually at that.
You might want to consider checking in with them if you haven't already done that. But you guys,
We've tried. We've tried.
Well, you Spider-Man. You're supposed to. I mean, you could just climb in the building, right?
Yeah, if security doesn't kick me out of the library.
Yeah. You could just break the door. No, don't do that. So, with the last little bit of time that we have, I'd like for you to tell us how we met, and also talk about your friend, because when we met, our friend from East Aurora, the veteran who passed away, and I wonder, because I remember when we met in that conversation, you were telling me, like, you know what, I do this work, and it reminds me of him.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind sharing.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't expect to bring up Miguel today.
Well, we don't have to, and I apologize. I apologize if you'd rather not.
Yeah, because the anniversary was like four days ago.
Right. Okay.
I hope that he's proud that Angel and I are doing, because Angel was friends with him too.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Marlo and I met here because he and I sat down for an interview so long ago in the early days of Good Morning Aurora, because his friend was a young man by the name of Miguel Villalon, who was a United States Marine Corps veteran and East Aurora alumni as well, and he tragically passed away. But what we've been doing with this show and through Marlo and everything else that we do and try to do on a daily basis is to show love, show support, show remembrance, and give the family and the friends of all the people who lost their lives as veterans a better day, a brighter day, and to continue to support their efforts and everything that they do. And when we first talked, Marlo did tell me that he wears this costume as well, in addition to everything else, to show love and remembrance to Miguel Villalon.
Yeah. Yes.
No doubt.
Basically, that's you pretty much summed it up.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Okay. The time is 9:25 a.m. So, what's next? What's next for the Chicago Super Crew? And what's next for both of you guys?
So the next thing is, basically our next page is for this year is to grow the team, bring more brighter smiles to little kids. Everyone. I mean, they don't even have to
that
be
Valentine's Day pop up for Linda in February.
Okay.
And it's like there's a lot of things that we want to do. It's just the timing.
Okay.
We have a bunch of all of us want to try different characters. He wants to create. We're creating Robin for him. He wants to try a different character, and it's gonna move him to try different ones as well. XR does the same thing. He wants to try a different character from DC instead of from Marvel. Same thing with Angel. Everyone wants to try different characters, and we are down for the new games.
Okay.
And we're like I said, we're out there just trying to bring smiles for the kids. That's basically our goal, is just to have fun and bring smiles to everyone.
Okay. What's the February event?
It's from what Nadia and Linda told me, it's like some Valentine's Day pop-up vendor fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the Dream Contemporary Dance Studio at Fox Valley Mall.
Okay.
I signed up already, so I know that's what I'm gonna be doing. I think it's February 8th.
That ain't Valentine's Day, bro.
Well, it's a Valentine's Day pop-up, like, for people that are
Oh,
shopping.
I feel you, right.
they're
right.
shopping
Oh,
for
I get
Valentine's
you. I get
ready.
you. I
That's
get
what it
you.
is.
I was
They're
thinking like,
getting
hold on,
ready.
wait, what?
Yep.
Yeah, so it all depends on if it ends up being on a weekend, like on a Saturday, I'm up for it too. But most of the times when he invites me, like for here, it takes a while for me to get here, and the traffic's terrible sometimes.
I
So
feel you, yeah.
I told him, I always tell him, like if it's on a weekend, if I have time, I'll definitely be coming over.
Yeah.
But during the weekdays, I work. And
Right.
it's
Same,
like, I
same
don't
with
have
me.
time for
I
that.
work too on the weekdays.
Correct.
Okay, all right. If anybody is interested in hiring you guys or hooking up with you for your services, shout out your Instagrams again or how they get in contact with you and the crew.
I mean, you could just DM me on Instagram
Correct.
at Marlo_G100. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and then after that, I take control.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
But he's
Sounds
always
good.
the one that's keeping me in check.
Yes.
Which is why he's the Batman, I'm the Robin. Which, like
It's not in check. It's just, this is how we portray our characters
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
absolutely.
And that's how we wanted to bring it out. It's not that, he doesn't have his mind of his own. He has his own mind. He can speak out. He has his reasons and stuff. But as the creator, not the creator, I'm sorry, as the portraying of the character when he's Batman or even if he's Spider-Man, he pushes on where since Batman is actually more like a lead man, and that's how we portray it as. Like when I see him out of place, time to stop it. Like Spider-Man, and I drag him back over here, and kids love it, and they say like, "Oh my God, he's getting dragged back," and it's just fun.
That's the picture that I sent you, which, by the way, that picture we took in downtown Evanston, iconic on so many levels.
It was good.
Yeah, we took
we
some
keep
good.
using that picture for almost all the events that we've been going to.
Oh yeah.
So we've been doing that
our
over and
thing,
everywhere.
So.
So it worked out.
We took some pictures too the day of the toy drive too, and
Oh,
they
right.
came out really good.
I was freezing that day.
Yeah, there was a Grinch there too, as well. So the Grinch was in the picture for you guys.
Oh
if you
yeah,
guys
I've seen
saw
those
that.
pictures. Yeah.
All right. So I want to say I know I'll see you guys again soon this year, but let's I'll DM you and send you some ideas and stuff like that because I wrote a couple of scripts and they had characters, but they weren't comic book characters. Since I've been sitting here and talking to you guys and just hearing about the places you go, I'm thinking like, you know what? Maybe like this would be cooler with a character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With a
I'm
Batman
down.
or somebody. So yeah, I know you guys work too. So I'll I'll send some dates and see what we can get together
Yeah,
when you
for
guys
sure.
are free.
We
When
can
you
do
guys are
that.
free. All right. So the show ends on a positive note. What's your message today for the people of Aurora?
We got this.
I'm feeling that right now, actually. No, I'm feeling that.
I mean, that can transcend in so many different.
Yep.
Just basically just smile for everything. I mean, there is no downsides to being mad all day. Have a great day today, and regardless if it's negative, turn it positive. And just bring a smile everywhere you go.
Actually, bouncing off of that, I gotta quote my favorite band. It's the only life you've got, so you gotta live it big time.
What band is that?
Big Time Rush.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm the boy band enthusiast.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of the day, a great rest of the weekend. And if you're interested in any meaningful entertainment for yourself, your family, or the kids, please consider our friends of the Chicago Super Crew. And once again, they're not just here in Aurora, they're in the Chicagoland area.
Correct.
And I'll be sure to share all of their information too so that you guys can get in touch with them. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend. Good Morning Aurora will return on Monday with more news, more weather, and the best of Aurora. Take care of yourself.
Big shout
and
out
each
to
other.
XR and Angel.
Yep.
Being a local business in Chicago, we've always worked with community banks, but over time, those smaller banks started getting acquired by larger national footprint banks. It became time to work with Wintrust to meet our needs without having to have that big bank feel.
Wintrust understood what they wanted to accomplish, and they've increased in size 5 times over.
As we continue to grow, we're going to keep needing to borrow, so I'm sure they're going to love that.
Serving their needs. It's really the foundation of what Wintrust commercial banking is all about.